Merry Meet. I'm Opal Luna. I am the author of Fiber Magic, a witch's guide to spell casting using crochet, knotwork, and weaving. And I am very pleased to be here today at the Wealthy Witches Summit. I want to thank Wendy and her crew for allowing me to come and show you some of the things that I use in my magical practice to attract prosperity and abundance into my life and into the lives of people who use my items. Okay, I think a lot about prosperity and abundance spells because so many people are interested in that sort of thing. I've thought so much about it. I wrote a poem about it. Would you like to hear it? Here it goes. They say a witch's purse is never light. If blessings were coins, they'd be quite right. Yet, alas, one cannot eat a blessed bee or merry meat. So, goddess, heed this witch's plea. Bring a shower of rich prosperity, be it emerald or golden gleam. Fulfill this witch's financial dream. So mote it be, let it be seen. Or even better, I put that last line in there for Wendy. She taught me that you cannot set limits on the universe's generosity. Um, there's no reason to. There is no limit to the goddess's love and healing energy and light and goodness. I mean, it's never ending. So don't be afraid to not only ask for what you need, but ask for what you want. And open yourself up to the things that you don't even know you need or want. As I said, I'm Opal Luna. I'm a crone priestess of Minerva and a full time fiber magician since I retired from my retail world, and I don't miss it. But I did learn a lot about business there, business practices, and ways to draw customers, attract customers, merchandise, things like that. And so I use all of that in when I am selling magical items. Some people may be uncomfortable with that, you know, but this summit is revolving around the topic of wealth and money, and we're going to get uncomfortable maybe, but we'll be all right. We'll be fine. Um, so many times when people are doing spells, they'll say abundance. They'll use the word abundance, right? And what they might really mean is money. Right? But they don't want to ask for money. They feel like that's not the type of thing that you use magic for. But what is money really? Money is a means to an end. You're not asking for that money to make your bank account bigger than your neighbor's. You're not asking for that money to buy things to show off your way of life. You are asking for those that money maybe to pay the light bill, to buy groceries, to exchange for your needs. So get over that feeling that you don't deserve um, more than your basic needs. You deserve to be comfortable. So, and that sometimes takes money. Don't be too specific about the dollar amount or where it's coming from. Let the universe decide those things. Right? But definitely ask, because if you don't ask, the universe will figure that you've got everything you need. You don't need anything. You you hear people talk about their higher selves and how their higher selves will be satisfied, will be, that's the part of you that says, I'm good, I'm good enough the way I am, but you can't let that completely control everything, because then nothing would ever change. Oh, she's good. Leave her. She's good. You got to let that beta and alpha brain, come out, and really, you've got to have a balance. Be balanced. Don't be nervous when you're talking about money. It's just a tool. And nowadays, it's not even a tangible thing. It's zipping around in the air from one bank to the next on the interwebs. It's Bitcoin. It doesn't even exist. It's all sorts of things. It's the stock market going up and down. There's no real coin or paper there. So just think of it as the energy that you draw into yourself in order to do a spell. When you practice a healing modality like Reiki, you take advantage of all the energy that's in everything around you. Everything, every rock, every tree, every animal and bird has their own vibration. It comes up from the ground or down from the sky, wherever you see it coming from. And it's you draw it into yourself, you breathe it in, and then you channel that in order to do healing. Think of money the same way. It's all around you. It's moving, it's flowing, it's going from one person to another, one place to another. Just because some of it comes to you doesn't mean that someone else is doing without, because they are in that flow too. Think of it that way, and that money doesn't seem so greedy anymore. Yeah, I want to be in the flow of money. I want it to come to me, and I want to use it. I want to use it in positive ways. Better it goes to you than some other people, right? We have to convince ourselves of this. That's our first step. Before we even pick up a crochet hook or a needle, let's convince ourselves of all this that we've been talking about first, okay? And we're going to do that with a an I am affirmation. I may not be the only person in this summit that does something like that. Let's see how many of us do, because it's so important. That is the way to convince yourself, to reset your mind to expect good things. All right, so let's put on a little music, and I'm going to say an affirmation, and then I would like you to repeat it after me to yourself. And you can go back and replay this portion anytime you need to. And let's see if we can convince ourselves that all good things are coming to us. Bet we can. Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders, your neck. Take another deep breath. melt into that chair. And repeat after me. I am worthy of an abundant life. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy to receive. I deserve to be financially rewarded. I deserve abundance and prosperity. I am aligned with the energy of abundance. I vibrate with the frequency of prosperity. I vibrate with the frequency of abundance. I vibrate with the frequency of wealth. I attract money making opportunities. The money I attract makes a positive impact on the world. I am a good and responsible steward of what I receive. I am grateful for all the ways money flows to me. I bring eminent value to the world. I am a blessing to my community. I am a blessing to my family. I am a blessing to myself. I am truly blessed. Take a couple more deep breaths. Now, this is the headspace we should achieve before crafting. Your energy gets into everything you make. That's the whole principle behind Not Magic and Fiber Magic. That's why it works. But if you want the item you're making to be truly useful, then you have to think seriously about the energy you're putting in there, right? And you have to make sure that it is in line and enhancing the purpose of what you're making. So you don't want any of your doubts to get into your crafting because these items are going to work with you to draw that prosperity to you, to make that money flow, to put you in the flow. The money's flowing with you or without you. The money is flowing. What what we're trying to do is get you to step up into that flow. That's what you need to do. So don't worry that you're taking anything from anybody else. That's not quite right. There is enough and enough and enough to share. And if you're going to do good things with it, you're the one that should get it. So mote it be. All right. So I'm going to share something with you now that I made. Let's make sure the music doesn't go back on. All right. I'm going to change my camera angle. Change my camera. I'm so techie. But that worked. Okay. I have changed my camera angle so that you can see that I created this sigil. And, I just combined sigils and created this one. Okay. So, what do you see when you look at this sigil? The first thing I see is this big 2. What's that? That's the symbol for Jupiter. Jupiter is my favorite planet. Jupiter is success and prosperity and abundance. Jupiter energy is supportive, wants you to go out and learn and try new things. It's all about broadening those horizons. It's all about being optimistic, and it's about being generous. I like to say generosity brings abundance because it is proof positive that you know there's enough out there for everyone. And so you can share it, right? People with a lot of money that don't use it in positive ways, they're like hoarders. Their money might as well be newspapers or, I don't want to say jars because we love to hoard jars, but you know what I mean. It's too much. It's not ever going. You're never ever going to be able to use it in your lifetime. It's hoarding, and when the universe sees hoarding, it really doesn't want to be. It doesn't want to play nice with you. And that's why a lot of times you see bad things happening to people who are selfish. Right? Okay, so we're not selfish, we're generous. We want to use all the characteristics of Jupiter, and we want to let the universe know that we have enough to share and we want more so we can share more. That's our goal. Okay. Now this place right here, okay, that's a combination of 2 Norse runes. Right? The line with the 2 lines going up is Feu. Feiyu literally means cattle, but it stands for material wealth. So now we've added material wealth to all this success, to this optimism, to all these new ventures will be monetarily successful. The line with the two lines going down, that is Ansus. Ansus means wisdom. It is the rune of Odin himself, who hung on a tree, took out his eye, lost one eye in exchange for knowledge. That wisdom is the ability to make good decisions. Okay, that's very necessary. When we're talking about um, being prosperous and being successful in business or what, we need to make good decisions. We need to be knowledgeable so that wisdom, which is knowing how to use knowledge, is is imperative to us being successful in these endeavors, right? Okay. Now, this is a dollar sign, but it's kind of wonky, right? And there's a reason for that. So the dollar sign has been a sigil that has stood for wealth in this country since 1770. Okay? And it's got a little bit of a history, and the history is iffy. We're not sure the exact. So I'm going to start this story with once upon a time. Once upon a time, Germany minted coins called dollars. That was spelled Thaler. Right? But Europe was running out of silver. And so the Spaniards sailed to Mexico and stole a lot of silver. Right? They started minting coins that they called pieces of eight, pesos de ocho, pesos for short. Right? And they became known as the Spanish dollar, Thaler. Sometime later, when America started minting their silver coins, they kept the inscription that was used in ledgers that stood for pesos. It was a PS. And over time, the P and the S started being written together. And so that it became the S with just the line of the P. And in America, we called our coin a dollar. We spelled it Dollar because that's how it was always pronounced. So that's how we got the S with the line down it, right? It actually stands for peso. At the time, the peso and the dollar were of the same currency amount, value, same value of currency. Okay, so that's a long history of being a sigil for wealth, but it has some darkness, right? And so I made my sigil with the Norse rune Suelo. Suelo stands for the sun, and this sun energy is going to burn off any negativity that might be associated with the dollar. And I think that that's a lot of times the what holds people back. The attitude that holds people back, because the dollar, the almighty dollar, is the root of all evil, blah, blah, blah. And greed has caused a lot of trouble in the world. But let's burn off that negativity and use our dollars in the way that's intended to stay within that flow of energy that's going to get things done. So, what can we do with this fancy sigil? And you see, I'm not an artist. I don't draw or paint. I'm a crafter, right? So that's why I love the runes, because the runes were meant to be carved, so they're all like straight lines, and I can do that. I drew this without a ruler, but I could use a ruler and make it really sharp. But I like it kind of organic, and that's what it is. But to recap, Jupiter for success, Feu for wealth, Ansus for wisdom, and Suelo for the sun, and the dollar sign for more wealth. There we go. What can we do with this? Well, let's find out. We can craft with it. Absolutely. Look what I've done. I embroidered it on a piece of burlap. Now, I don't know where I got these little rounds of burlap that have the circle in it. What's that called? You know what it's called. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, this could hang somewhere. But I think I have to put a edging on it, because at least some, you know, sew around it, because it's coming apart. Or at least I could put some glue, to keep it from falling apart. But this could be sewn inside of your coat jacket that you're going to wear to a business meeting. Nobody will ever know it's there. This could be sewn inside your purse to always be attracting success and money to your purse, right? And it was just very simple backstitch to embroider. Now, if you want to crochet a sigil, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put the suelo on here. I crocheted a circle, just a simple 12 double crochets, and then a double crochet increase in each, so it's 24 around. And I'm just going to come up through it, right? And I'm just going to go straight across, right? Maybe down a little bit. And then I have to come up, next to it and go down like that to make the S. It's a pointy S. And I have to come up next to it again. Come straight across. And then draw my line up straight across that. That's easy. Just gives you that suelo dollar sign on that. And what we always do in Fiber Magic Crochet, now that we've put that sigil on this circle, we're going to take a contrasting color, and we're going to bind that rune into that circle by doing a reverse single crochet or crab stitch. And so that is like back stitching and sewing. That's like trapping that sigil into that circle. You go all the way around. Now, as you're doing this, as you're going all the way around, you could be repeating some of those affirmations to put into this. I am worthy, right? I am worthy to receive am a blessing to my community. I am a blessing to my family. I am a blessing to myself. The money that flows to me will be used in positive ways. I deserve to receive prosperity. I deserve to receive abundance. I deserve to receive the very best. And you're just going around. Oh, we're already to the end. And we fasten off. Yes, we do. We fasten off. Right? And then we could tie these two ends together. We could hang this. Oh, you could make little Yule gifts, right? To give out. You could hang them on a Yule tree. You could take your time and do better about the embroidery, right? Absolutely. But those would be nice on a tree. All right, now I've got another idea. I always get ideas when I do these things. Okay, another idea. Same sigil, different platform. This is a washcloth, right? And I just drew the sigil on the washcloth with a marker. And this one, I was using embroidery floss, but I was doing a surface crochet stitch, right? So you just put you get a little bitty crochet hook like this, it's a little sharp one, and you put it down into the rag, and you bring up that thread from the back, which you have to be able to see to do. Yep, and you go through and you make another chain stitch. Now, put it up so you can see it. Now in Fiber Magic Crochet, those chain stitches represent earth because it's the foundation chain that you use on everything, or the last thing you do when you're done with something. So a chain, a slip stitch, or a surface stitch represents the element of earth. So now you're adding the stability of earth to your sigil. It really, layer upon layer, you can add so many things. Because then you can take this washcloth into your ritual bath, or use it every day in your regular bath. Get yourself some nice rose-scented soap, lavender soap, and just calm down and let good things happen to you. Or in a ritual bath, you can add rosemary or chamomile or um, calendula or what else would be good? Basil. Put basil in there. All those herbs that attract money. But put it in an organza bag. Like get fresh and dried herbs and put them in the organza bag, and like a big tea bag that goes into the tub, because otherwise you'd be fishing herbs out of your drain. It's not going to be pleasant. But yeah, that would be a great use of this sigil. And of course, you can draw the sigil on little pieces of paper and do what you do with sigils. Use the markers. So you make the two and a line. And then I just did lines across like this. And you automatically get two up, two down. And then like a lightning bolt. And then an extra line to make it look more like a dollar sign. Some people put two lines on their dollar signs. Some people only put one. That's all there is to it. Now, what do you do with that? You can burn it. Oh, looky here. you can put this on a candle cozy and create an abundance candle. I like to do that. You can go to the $1.25 store and get yourself some plain white candles and then make them anything you want, right? Buy crocheting cozies and patches to put on them. Right, beautiful. And then you burn this in the candle. Carefully, safely put it on a tray or an oven-proof plate. You know what I like to use? Small cast iron frying pans. Those are the best to burn candles in. Yeah, they're safe. But just make sure that you put like a pot holder under it. Have a hot plate, hot yeah, hot plate, hot pad, and your cast iron, and then you can burn anything right in there or set your candle in there. You can also use something like this in poppet work. I make poppets. This little guy. This is my pocket poppet because turn him over. He's got a little back pocket that you can put a spell in. Right? And now he can be on your altar, attracting that abundance to you. Or, he's got a poker, of course, like every good poppet does, and you can pin that message right to him, right in his little black heart. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. So I've done other crafts that involve wealth and prosperity that do not contain this sigil. Let me show you that. Okay, so in my book, there is the instructions for this witch's ladder. Okay, and basically it's a red cord, a white cord, and a black cord for me, mother, and crone. And you braid and put a bead. Okay? Braid and put a bead. Braid and put a bead. And you can have the chakra colors. Here's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Then some white for purity, some silver for the goddess. There's some gold for the god. And whatever colors speak to you. And then where the bead is a nice place to stick your rosemary, this sparkly, oh, I got two of them, two sparkly pipe cleaners just for fun. So you're adding happiness, health, wealth. There's a feather. There's other sticks of rosemary and basil and whatever doodads you find, right? This one's been working for quite a while. It's about done. This hangs in my craft room. That is the one that's in the book. This one is a variant on that theme. Okay, so again, 3 cords. This I used a silver ribbon and a gold ribbon and a green satin ribbon. Thought, ooh, how posh, right? Yep, and I had these buttons, and they're gold buttons, and it looks like tiger's eye, right? But it's some kind of plastic, maybe. They're old. They came in a stash that I inherited. Sometimes when people's grandmothers pass away, I get their stash. So I try to make something. I try to finish the last thing they were working on and give it back to the family, but that's just here or there. Um, this is dollar bills, $9 bills rolled up and stuck between the buttons. And this hangs in my craft room and brings abundance to my workings. And also, just in case you need a tip for the pizza guy, the goddess provides, right? Just make sure you put it back. All right, I got one more to show you. And this one you'll be able to make yourself if you'd like to try crocheting. Okay, this is the cornucopia. And if you get the bonus, you get the upgrade, one of the bonuses is a video of me making this cornucopia from start to finish so that you can crochet it along with me. It makes a nice horn of any kind. Sometimes I put these on hats to make ram horns. But this one's meant to be a cornucopia for abundance, right? You can use it on your altar for a spell. And you basically place anything within it that you want to have multiplied. Now I've got a silver dollar. Huh. And I'm going to put that in there and I'm going to say, the gift I place within will come back to me times 10. I could put some selenite in there. I could put some of this carnelian, some amethyst, some obsidian, and this flower that has a nice memory to it. I want those good times to multiply and come back to me. So I hope that you give that a try. I hope you upgrade so you can give that a try. That would be fun. All right, I will put my camera back so we can talk face to face. I hope you enjoyed all that crafting. I hope it gave you some ideas of ways to make things for um, your abundance spells. Now, I tell everybody this that my magical practice is pretty much all about crafting, but even um, anybody, anybody can add, enhance to their magical practice, bring out their inner child, and find their happiness by making something with your own hands. There is nothing like that feeling of accomplishment to finish something with your own hands. And then to have a magical purpose for it, it makes it just that much better. All these crafts are kind of a set it and forget it, make it, put that poppet on your altar, put that cornucopia on your altar, hang that witch's ladder on the wall. But you have to remember that the magic is not finished until the action is taken. Oh, the goddess helps those who help themselves. So you step into that flow and you've got to grab for it, right? Then you've got to do something about drawing it into you. Make that patch, put it in your pocket, and then go out and do some interviews for a better job. Okay, right? Get this wash rag and do that spell, that bath spell to attract abundance, and then go to your computer and update your resume. Okay, do the action. That is proof positive. Remember, I said generosity breeds abundance because it's proof positive that you believe there's enough to go around. Well, taking action really shows the powers that be that you mean it, that you're just not lighting candles and hoping for the best. You're just like, why, why can't I be wealthy and successful? Well, you can be. You can be, and these magical things will promote it, but you've got to go out and you've got to earn it, and you've got to believe that you deserve it. Use your affirmations, use your sigils, use all that, and then be ready for any opportunity, right? And right, opportunity comes to the prepared, as they say. I think that's right. I think that's right. If it's not right, it's good. It's good by itself. Um, and I wish you nothing but the very best. Um, I am so blessed that I can be a full time fiber magician now, um, and just read and write and crochet for a living. And it's great work if you can get it, but it took 30 years in retail food to get me here, right? I earned every penny that is now making money for me, um, so that I am free to do this. So, really, make your plan, work your plan, right? Plan the work and work your plan. Yeah, you can take you can take the witch out of middle management, but you can't take the middle management out of the witch. All right. It's been wonderful spending this time with you. I really appreciate you coming to play with me, and I want you to all stay crafty, stay healthy, and stay wealthy, and stay wise, and do everything it takes to be your best self. Okay. And if you'd like to um, keep up with me, just go to fibermagic.com. It's got a link to everything there. I'm not even going to list it. You'll see it. Fibermagic with a K.com, and you will see all the crazy places that I am and all the stuff I'm doing. And I hope that we meet sometime in the future in person. But for now, merry meet, we part, and merry meet again.